time for definitely the best of the Sonic games that I've played so far. Ignore that Knuckles file. I think I'll talk more about Knuckles when I don't have much to say, because I'm playing as Tails in this game. Yeah, that's right. Not Sonic. Not even Knuckles, who definitely changes this game. I should know I'm in the middle of playing a Knuckles file on my Sonic collection game for the PS2. I'm playing as Tails here for a lot of reasons, and I'll explain them more as they go along. And yes, I am getting all the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds, but I'm not going to get it perfect because continues are worthless in this game. I used to always hope that there was some kind of function of continues that was worthwhile, but alas no, because then I got a game over and then I found out, wait a second, it just sends you back to the save, and it saves automatically. Therefore, continues are absolutely worthless. You know, like a lot of Pokemon in the 3rd and 5th generation. I'm surprised I still got all that. Alright. Time for a little bit of explanation time for Tails. Well, the first thing that I want to do is play as Tails is I've never played as him before. I want to keep the whole reconsidered thing going, I guess. I do know that he can swim and he can fly. Look at that, that's so game-breaking just right there. And apparently it's the exploratory factor of this game that really seemed to make a lot of people happy about it. Personally, I'm not an exploring type of guy, and that was my main problem with this game for the longest, was just the exploratory aspect with all the rings and stuff. Some people, namely the LPers I watched, Victor Ponibus, really don't like the exploratory aspect because it's so based on characters that you can only get to some places as Tails or some places as Knuckles, and apparently Victor Bonbus doesn't like that, but I find it fine because I use cheats and stuff all the time because I don't care about doing that. Alright, time to go into the DNA. I mean the Helix. And yeah, I've gotten the locations of pretty much all of Angel Island and all of Hydro City's giant rings down to memory. And more an explanation of why I chose to play as Knuckles in the Sonic 2 run I did was, well, as you heard, I wanted to see how he played. He breaks the game. And also, I was really wanting to do it here. I didn't want to play as Knuckles in this game because he changed the game a little bit too much for my taste, and Tails has a really interesting function with the Chaos and Super Emeralds that I'd like to showcase and see how that goes. Yeah, this stage doesn't have too much to say. Well, I don't have too much to say about this stage. I can say I do love the Sonic 1 and Sonic Knuckles minigames. The minigame of the Blue Sphere game. It was a neat idea they did, even if you couldn't quite play as Knuckles in Sonic 1. For whatever reason. I don't even know what reason. And so I have the Bubble Shield, which is actually kind of useless in this stage because you fight a fire boss, and yeah, the elemental weakness doesn't quite work on the fire boss, now does he? Sadly, we can't use the secondary functions, but you still get the two main functions, which is invincibility against the element that you're wearing For example, I'm invincible against electric attacks with the electric shield. And same goes for the fire shield and aqua shield. Well, you don't have to worry about aqua attacks, but you don't have to worry about drowning either. And yeah, this game introduced mini bosses, an idea that I think was a pretty good one. Wow, I got every single one of those boxes by complete accident. And now I'm Super Sparkly Tails. I'm going to talk more about why I didn't play as Tails in Sonic 2 again whenever I get all the Chaos Emeralds, which for all I know may be this episode. Yeah, I'm getting plenty of practice with these things. One minor thing that made me decide to play as Tails in Sonic 3 Knuckles before I even had a better reason why not to play as him was his character model in the special stages. And, you know, special stages in general. I didn't really like the special stages in... Hold on, I have somebody calling me. Turned out it was the wrong number. I didn't really like how Tails looked in the Sonic 2 special stages. I think it was the shape of the head or something. But there's a much bigger reason that you'll probably be hearing from me by the end of this part. There's not much to say about this, except it's creamsicle flavored. Well, I guess you can say that's something to say about it. Oh my, the speeding up back. That was actually that was one thing why I didn't even like Sonic 3 Knuckles on my first playthrough, was I'm a collectionist, so I went through everything and I got a big old headache trying to figure out where all this rings were, and just kind of turned me off from the game, similar to... Wait, how am I going... Why am I flying? I love this route a lot more anyway. You get a lot more shields, and it's not like I'm gaining anything else. Yeah, so I kind of made myself sick on the special stages using save states. So I like them a lot more now because I've gotten more practice and I know where all the locations are. That's a big thing for me. So, and time for another special bonus stage. Oh wait, look, it's somebody I know this time. Sorry about all the interruptions. So how about that Sonic 1 special stage? And Sonic 4 Episode 1 Casino Zone. Definitely the two things I think of when I see this. I've already talked about the Act 2 specialty of the iTouch version in that stage, so no need to say it here. I have horrible luck with these slots. Definitely should not go to Vegas. Might as well just stay here to just get it over with. Yeah, my mom was just telling me to go order pizza, that was all. Wow, that was me. Oh, in case y'all haven't noticed, you don't have to collect 50 rings anymore and go into the goalpost to get into the special stages anymore. All you have to do now is go into the big old giant rings. Definitely one of my favorite features of this game. You don't have to start becoming paranoid about collecting all the rings. Oh yeah, and this is the American stage. You can only guess what music I'm going to put over this. Definitely the red, white, and blue stage of the game. Alright, time to finish this zone out. Yeah, another reason I chose Tails is a personal reason. Now, this is not to sound in the least bit homo or whatever word you want to use, but I like Tails. Just as a character. Just for a lot of reasons. I mean, not to mention, look at his model. He's so freaking cute in this game. He looked even cuter in the... He looked even cuter later on. Well, yeah, later on Sonic Generations. And, yeah, we're almost done with this one. Just... The first stage is a lot quicker to go through now. Because you don't have to keep on searching for 50 rings. And it's not possible to get all the Chaos Emeralds, so you're not wasting all your time trying to get it. And all you have to do is hold right to win. If you're playing a Sonic and Tails, while Tails still has a horrible AI, his AI is still better, and you can start using, and you can even abuse his bad AI to make bosses go by very quickly. And he does do a few things that are a lot more useful than before. Yeah, this boss is pretty pitiful with the Flame Shield. Without it, it's actually kind of a challenge. Because in my Knuckles playthrough, first off I have a shorter jump, but second off I didn't have a Fire Shield. And that boss was a lot more intense. Definitely can say that Knuckles' section of the game is a hard mode of the game. I'm falling. And yeah, I don't even get to keep my shield in between. I can even keep my shield in a transition. Come on. Yeah, this should really be called Spring Zone. Oh, Water Spring Zone. Because you are going to... Oh yeah, I forgot. He can swim! Yay! No more worrying about anything. Ever again. And I have no clue how to get up. Good thing I can swim. And fly. Fly straight out of the water, people. Okay, I think this is how you're supposed to get up. I was hoping I could fly jumping off of the rope, but I guess they didn't want to make Tails that, game-breaking. He's still pretty game-breaking, don't worry. Neat thing that they added in with this game was not only is Tails back and you can play as him, and just a lot of better stuff about playing as Tails in general, they also added a feature where if you're playing two-player mode and you have someone controlling Tails with the second controller, then he can fly up and grab Sonic, which you'll see why he can do that later. And you can go to a lot more places with Tails helping Sonic up. Now this is definitely the easiest stage if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you may get a little bit lost. But still, look at this. I mean, count them, 4 groups of 9 blue spheres. No, I'm not gonna call them what you nasty people want to call them. I really don't like having to jump over those. Ooh. I was about to say, oh no, I don't want to touch the blue spheres. Duh, that's what I'm going for. I found that completely on accident. It's the gray emerald, the one you usually get last. But we didn't get it last this time. We actually got, like, what, 5th? That's pretty far, but not quite there. Now, let's save our place and go backwards, because if you continue on this route... Good grief, look how high he can go before he gets tired. I mean, holy cow. You can fly in this second game, so it's really something seeing it here. And I love how he always hovers, which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing, depending on which game. Sonic 06 kind of screwed that up because they made Tails horribly slow hovering, but perfectly fine otherwise. Oh, it's in this game that you saw that little spin dash function where I pressed the A button, well, whatever jump button you want to use, multiple times to build up speed in the spin dash. I didn't know you could do that. And not quite in this zone, but in the third zone, which is the casino zone of the game, it is very important to get any of the all-important, I hate that spring, always gets me. Forgetting the all-important big rings. Alright, I'm gonna be patient and wait for a little bit of air. Speaking of air, you know how I died so much of drowning in Sonic 1's last act? Turns out that's a problem that only the ROM seems to have. In the iTouch version, well, at least I assume in the iTouch version. I haven't quite gone to the scrap brain zone in the iTouch version, but I've yet to have that problem again. No matter what else other version of Sonic 1 I play. No matter what other... Wow, I cannot speak English today. Hey, when I forget to speak English. It's kind of important. Whee! Now, something I really like about the Sonic games was how I mentioned last time one of Sonic 1 and 2's weaknesses was its level design. I thought it was kind of unbalanced in terms of speed and platforming. This game got it down. I'm talking just almost perfectly, the level design. It's very balanced in terms of speed and platforming. Heck, even this stage is pretty good with that. Now this stage I always had problems with, but then I just found a way today to do it pretty well, and all you have to do is turn 90 degrees each time and you'll be fine. The route becomes pretty straightforward once you do that. You gotta make sure to get all 4 on the first passing, which isn't so hard this speed, but when you speed it up, yeah, not fun. And I used to always think that the rings, when you collected them, made you go slower because I didn't like how fast you went, and I thought I saw a difference. I think that was probably slow down because, oh my goodness, not only does it not slow you down, I think it speeds you up. And jump over 2, okay. I'm glad I know how to do that trick. And I can do it pretty well. I mean, even on the PS2 collection, I can do that pretty handily. Some people say they're better at this whenever they're going so fast, but I'm not one of those people. I can time these pretty well, so I can do them pretty quickly. But otherwise, no. Alright, almost done with the zone. Whee! Aw. Way too high. Is it just me, or notice Tails have like a slightly shorter jump than Sonic. I mean, of course, it doesn't matter whenever you're platforming because of Tails' incredible flying ability. But, in this mini-boss in particular, it seems like he doesn't jump quite as high as Sonic. It could just be me, though. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do for this, because I'm pretty sure the part's going to be long enough. And if not, I can just continue. So, down we go, and I'm out.